up, guys, and welcome to another video. I know it's been a while since I last uploaded, but I will get into that in this video. Basically, so I've been a Let's Play channel who sometimes does reviews for 2 years. I started the channel in 2016. The day I'm recording this is December 28th. 2018. And I started this channel early 2016. So this channel is almost going into its 3rd year. But I've decided that the Let's Play channel I originally anticipated is just too hard for me to do. I don't really want to do a Let's Play channel anymore. So I've decided that instead I'm going to be doing basically just reviewing Nintendo news and reacting to Nintendo Directs, stuff like that, just because it's a bit simpler. That's content I enjoy making. One thing I like to say about YouTube is if you're not enjoying what you're doing, like making content, then just try and do something else that makes it so that you enjoy making content, instead of just doing something that pushes you and is hard to do, and you just aren't really having fun, you're just doing it for the viewers. It's just, yeah. So, our first thing is going to be a review of Starlink Battle for Atlas. I bought this game because the full digital deluxe version was $75, which it's normally $150. $300 physically is the deluxe version. That's expensive as hell. The deluxe digital version's like $150, and just for Boxing Day the $150 was cut in half, 50%. So it was $75, and I was like, that's actually a good deal. I'm gonna get that. So yeah, 75 Australian dollars. Is it worth the $150? So yeah, we'll get into that in this review. The main reason I bought this game is because I actually did want to see the Star Fox thing in this. The Switch version has Star Fox in it and is the only character that is exclusive to any version. The PS4 and Xbox versions don't have any exclusive characters. So that's why a lot of people say that the Nintendo Switch version is the best version of this game, which it is. But anyway, what Star Fox adds to this game, it adds extra Star Fox missions. You can play as Star Fox as your pilot, use his ship, the R-Wing, and he gets added to some cutscenes in the main story. So yeah, what this game is about basically is there are 7 planets in the galaxy named Atlas, and you're going to each of these 7 planets many times, doing missions to try and build up your army to defeat Drax and his Legion army. And so yeah, you're defeating Drax and his Legion army, and also trying to save Sategrand, who is your leader, and gets kidnapped in like the first 10 minutes of the game. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling much. But yeah, so after you do this, you go to planets and you do missions and stuff. For example, your missions might be destroy this thing, or go get this for me. Each planet has many different things to do. Like there are these Crash Drake missions where you have to like hack into this thing, and when you do, you get a special currency called Nova. There's also these missions where you got to go around to like Electrum mines and just grab all the Electrum that you can. There are also these missions like where you got to go to just mines in general and get as much things like mods for your spaceship and stuff like that, and also just observatories and defeating boss fights. Now there are 4 main boss fights that you can find, and this is the thing that Starlink really doesn't tell you much about. So if you are going to buy this game, listen to me now. They don't explain this that well. There are 4 main boss fights you can run into. Dreadnoughts, who are found in space. There are 3 of them in the game, putting special other bosses called primes in the other planets. Each time you defeat a prime, it weakens the Dreadnought, but after an hour of a prime being dead, the Dreadnought hovering over a planet will just put that prime back in. 2 of the 3 Dreadnoughts are going over 2 planets, and one is going over 3. So yeah. So you got to defeat the primes to make the dreadnoughts weaker. You could still defeat the dreadnoughts without having to kill the primes, but it'll be pretty hard. There are also, and then you got extractors, which are making primes more better. For example, a prime will have like 4 stages if you still got 12 extractors left on a planet. But if you've got 0, then the prime can be defeated in like less than a minute. It's so easy. So defeating extractors really helps, but something that makes and then you've got a 4th boss, which doesn't power up anything, but it's called an imp hive. They're super easy to defeat, but when you defeat them, you can place down an observatory. There are 5 different things you can build. A electrum thing that gives you electrum every like 20 minutes. You can get a observatory, which when you fly down to a planet, you don't have the map at first. Observatories, when you level them up, kind of like help you see more of the planet on the map. And then finally, workshops let you buy mods that can help boost your spaceship. You can buy towers that, if you have enough of the planet on your side and you have enough of the currency in the game, then you can just fully put that planet to 100% of you owning it. You can really only do that if the prime is defeated. Otherwise, it doesn't really work that good. So yeah. And then finally, you can put down armories, which help defend the planet a bit more. So yeah, basically each of the 7 planets have different missions to do. Another thing you can find on each planet, there are 5 little like tower puzzle things. These are the things that annoy me the most about the game, and these are the things that annoy me about Toys to Life games in general, because in this game there are different elemental weapons, and in these towers you have to solve puzzles by using certain weapons, which means if you don't buy the deluxe version like I did, you actually can't solve these tower things unless you go out, buy the right weapon, come back, and then solve the puzzle. So it's annoying. There's 35 of them in the game, but they are optional. So at least they don't block you from any story. I don't know what happens if you get them all. I've got like 13 of them so far. But yeah, I'm excited to keep playing this game. One thing I will say, sometimes this game can get a bit repetitive. Obviously, like I said, a planet can have like 13 extractors, and they're basically the same boss over and over and over until you defeat them all to weaken the prime. And you'll want to weaken the prime, because otherwise it's a really hard boss against the prime. And you want to beat the prime before going to the dreadnoughts, because the dreadnoughts are really hard in this game. Like, they are so hard unless you weaken them. If you weaken them, they're okay, but if you don't weaken them, they're hard. Another thing this game has is like side missions after you beat the game. There's heaps of post-game content, if you're wondering. The story can take about a weekend to beat, but if you really want to put like 100% into this game, it will take you a couple weeks, most likely. This is a big game. One thing Ubisoft is very notorious for is making their games big and sometimes a bit too big. This is one of them. Like I said, sometimes the missions can get a bit repetitive. The same fetch quests will happen over and over again, just to warn you. And you'll be doing the same thing on all 7 planets to 100% of them. There's not much different other than the landscape. Then you've got Star Fox missions. There are 3 exclusive Star Fox missions to play in this game. They give you about 2 hours of gameplay. The Star Fox missions are more action-based and involve combat. They're also based around the outlaws in this game, which is another type of villain and another type of boss, the outlaw bases that you can find in space and defeat to fight outlaw boss fights. Basically, Wolf has teamed up with the outlaws, and you are trying to track